Queens, it's your girl Kels B here, and actually I'm doing something a little bit different. I wanted to come on today because I have a special series that I want to share with some of my naturalistas, for those who are actually transitioning or for those who have been natural for a little while now. The question that I get a lot of times is, will I be able to maintain my hair in its natural state? And the answer is yes. I know a lot of times, people are going onto Instagram, they're going onto different social media outlets, and they're looking at other, women, and they're saying, oh my gosh, like, how can my hair look like that? Or is my hair gonna look like that if I go natural? Or is this stigma that, in order for you to be beautiful, you have to, look like this or like that? But I'm here to tell you that there is no perfect curl. When I first started my hair journey, I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to have long hair. That was my goal. My goal was to have long, luxurious hair down my back. Now, I've been natural most of my life, but when I started getting into high school, and actually more so in college, is when I started to kind of experiment a little bit more with my hair. And I don't necessarily say that I was, doing the right things, but I felt that this is what I wanted to look like. This is what I wanted to do. And, as a result, my hair was super, super damaged. It was super, super thin. Yes, it was long because I had always been a natural girl, but it was not in its best state. So I'm here to kind of go over some of the things that, you would need to know in order for you to either maintain your natural hair, or if you are transitioning from relaxed hair, or you've never took that leap, I'm here to kind of go over those tips. So I would say the number one biggest problem I find with people transitioning to curly hair is that, they're concerned about losing their length. Now, like I told you guys before, when I started my journey, it was hard because I didn't, back then they didn't really have a lot of YouTube tutorials or things for women of color. I was able to find a few girls back then. This was like maybe 2008. That was like where the cusp was, when it was starting to get on that natural hair tip. And I just began to follow these women, and I was learning a lot about myself as well. I was so concerned about just getting the result. I didn't want to go through the struggle. I didn't want to go through the process. Remember, ladies, patience. Patience is definitely key. I do find that, with women of color, we do struggle with, in the lines of hair growth. We want to have that luxurious mane, but we don't want to do the steps to get to that level. And that's where we you have to draw the line. Like, okay, if I want my hair to be healthy and long, this is what I got to do. If I want my hair to be long and just damaged, then you're defeating the purpose of what you started out to do. So first off, I would say, number one, ladies, eliminate heat. Just eliminate it. No more curling irons, no more flat irons. Hooded dryers are okay, but I would definitely put it on the lowest setting possible, or like a medium setting. No blow dryers, none of that. So any type of heat, you want to try to eliminate that. Just embrace your texture. All of us are different, and that's what makes us all beautiful and unique. And I feel that, it doesn't matter if it's coily or it's kinky or it's loose or it's wavy, it's your hair. Love what God gave you. This is the hair that He gave me. I love it. It's mine. There's nobody else like me. A lot of times we get caught up in pictures and what we think, our hair is supposed to look like when it's curly. But we all have our own type of hair. And I just feel like you should just embrace whatever God gave you. With curly hair, it tends to be a little bit more dry because you're actually having it in its natural state. So in order for you to maintain your hair, you definitely want to put moisture back in it. I like to do a deep condition at least once a week. It really depends on what your hair, in the state of your hair as it is right now. wear low maintenance styles. Or you're the type of female that you're always on the go, or you just don't have time, or maybe you just don't know how to do certain styles. Keep it low maintenance. A flexi rod set. You could do, twist outs. You could do a braid out. You could leave your hair in cornrows. You could leave your hair in flat twists. A bun, but I would say if you're going to have your hair in a bun, make sure that it's not wet when you're slicking it back, because that is what causes the damage, and also pulling it really, really tight. I do notice that we tend to do that a lot of times because we want that sleek little J-Lo or Selena look, but at the end of the day, it's healthy hair. We don't want the hair breaking off or anything like that. So, use sulfate-free shampoos. I know a lot of times, we go to the store and, especially like Walmart and Target and things like that, they do have a lot of products that have a lot of sulfates in it. Sulfates are basically what strip the hair of its natural oils. So you want to make sure that it's something that's sulfate-free. So it's not stripping your hair or stripping layers of your hair to get the desired look, but it's actually pouring into your hair, and that way your hair can maintain moisture, it's going to be softened, and it also just prevents damage overall. Another thing that I feel is very important is don't make assumptions about your hair. A lot of times we get freaked out because we're like, oh my God, I look a hot mess. I remember in the beginning when I was dating my husband, and I had just finished doing like, a little twist out or whatever. At that time, my hair was in that transition mode because I had been straightening it so much. And I remember we went out to dinner and I just felt so ugly. I was so used to having it bone straight, slicked down, all that jazz, that when I actually wore it out, I felt like I wasn't beautiful. That is a lie. All textures are beautiful, as long as it's healthy. That's how I look at it now. And again, as you're going through your journey, your hair will change, ladies. You'll start to see it either becoming looser or becoming coilier, but regardless, we are all beautiful in all shapes and sizes of our curls, but just embrace them. Just embrace it. Don't listen to ignorant friends, peers, family members. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So beauty is whatever you feel is beautiful. And it starts with us. Like, it starts with you. It starts within. So it's whatever you're doing within yourself that's going to shine through. It's not so much your hair. And a lot of people get caught up in, my hair is my crown and this and that and the third. But at the end of the day, it's really about how you feel about how your hair looks. It's not about what I feel. Don't use so many products on your hair that it becomes weighed down. I know in the beginning, a lot of us want to go out and buy, spend, and get all these products because we're watching this tutorial, we're seeing how her results came out. But again, everybody's results are different. So I would say just do your research, start off small, start off with maybe like a few products, maybe like a shampoo, a conditioner, a leave-in, and a styler. That's simple. Keep it simple, and then just see, it's trial and error. Like, everything is trial and error. So you're trying it out, just see how it works for you. What I used to do, I used to actually do it on my days off. And that's how I was able to kind of, decide which products worked and which ones didn't. And then once you do find your products, make sure that you just keep up with that routine. A lot of times we become product junkies and we're spending so much money and then we don't even use the products that we're buying, and it's a waste. Keeping your hair trimmed, ladies. That's very important. As of right now, I haven't had my hair trimmed in a little while. I learned a rule of thumb. This was when I was about 9-10 years old. I had a Filipino hairstylist, and she basically taught my mom and my sisters and I how to, cut your hair for hair growth. A lot of salons, a lot of stylists may tell you to trim your hair every 6 to 8 weeks. Now, it depends on how damaged your hair is, but if it's not really too damaged and, it's not really splitting, you don't have any split ends and things like that, I would suggest cutting your hair every 6 months. So my method is I cut it when the moon is coming in. I was told this is as a rule of thumb that when the moon is coming in, then the hair comes in. But if you want your hair to grow long, you cut it in the months of June. June is a water month, and you also cut it in the month of December. When I started doing that method, I noticed that my hair grew a lot longer than, you know, trimming it every 6 to 8 weeks. But again, it depends on, you know, where your hair is right now and its, you know, state. But if it's not really too damaged, I would say just cut your hair every 6 months in the months of June and December. And just make sure that it's a trim, because I know a lot of those stylists like to get scissor happy, but just make sure you say, I just want a trim. Don't get so obsessed with the results and what you think it's supposed to look like. Just know that your hair is going through this transition. And that's very, very key, because, you know, we're in an age where we want it right now. And, you know, sometimes you just have to take a step back and just be like, you know what? I'm gonna give this time. You know, wear a wig. If you feel like you're just not happy with the way your hair looks, put on a wig. But again, make sure it's in how you feel. Make sure that you are comfortable with whatever you're doing to your hair. So yeah, ladies, these are just a few of my tips that I wanted to share with you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that thumbs up if you really enjoyed this video. And also leave me a comment below. Let me know what else you would like to hear on our next chat. Thanks for tuning in, ladies.